it's just a robot talking, but it has really good information in it. A book that's not dealing with stock markets, The Alchemist, another free book, really good. You can listen to that too. There's so many interesting books that are free to listen to. There's one called Poor Dad, Rich Dad. That's also interesting to listen to. That book is about a kid who had one rich dad and one poor dad, and how the differences are in mindsets. Pretty interesting. There's some idea or something you can take away from any book, pretty much. Yeah. Pretty good. Would recommend. I listen to many books. I listen to a good. Well, okay. I listen to books about stock market. I listen to books about how to get rich. And I've noticed some common themes between each book. First things first. In order to do, or I guess it's to do anything, but especially these things, well, they first must convince you that you can do it, and that it's not some kind of special thing that only certain people are born to do. No, you can do it too. First, they allow you, or first they get you to believe that you can do it. Secondly, they explain that they themselves weren't special and they themselves did it too, so you can do it too. And that another thing, you have to have a positive attitude. You have to be an optimist, right? Being an optimist is pretty important, because there's nothing wrong with being a pessimist. It's just pessimists really. Okay, think about this. What does an investor do? They invest now and they get more in the future. What pessimist in their right mind is going to invest? Why would you? Like you think everything's going to be bad, the whole world's bad, and everything's becoming worse. Why would you invest in the world? It's bad anyway, so why would you? It's not going to go well. Pessimists don't make for good investors, believe it or not. How could they? And I think regardless of whether the pessimist is right or wrong, it seems to be more advantageous to be an optimist than a pessimist when it comes to in the process of getting rich, because a lot of people that got rich have a lot of characteristics that are decisiveness, confidence, optimism, belief, assurance, and they have lots of traits an optimist usually has. They believe in themselves. It's just they're not very pessimistic about many things. Rich people and people that do well in the stock market. It's actually interesting. I learned about the stock market. I learned about how to get rich in that order, and a lot of the mind states, or a lot of the mental states that are a lot of things that you need to think to get good at picking stocks they translate very well to becoming rich. It's the same kind of mindset, you know, believing in something and understanding something, and then you can do it. Although people that are arrogant are not very good at arrogant people, unfortunately, they can't learn things very well. Arrogant people don't see the need to learn anything because what more do they need to learn from anyone? And so arrogant people usually don't read books about how to do stuff to get better at something, because why would they? Also, those books talk a lot about fear and how fear is like a ball and chain on you and success. Fear hinders success. Basically, is what both types of books were trying to tell you. That some people are scared of the stock market, think they're gonna lose all their money. Well, because you're so scared of losing all your money, you make no money. Surprising. You're scared to lose all your money that you make no money off it. And the people, it's so funny because people will say that after the stock market crash, people didn't put their money in stocks because they were scared. And they were fooled because stocks went up by like, I'm not sure the percentage, but stocks went up, right? And then they, okay, stocks going up, put my money into it. And they are fooled again, stocks went down. It's pretty funny. Whether you think you can do the stock market or not, it's certainly a fun journey. Definitely, I'll say. It's definitely going to be a fun journey for anyone wanting to learn how to do it. It's like Peter Lynch also talks about the oxymorons. You know, jumbo shrimp. I don't remember anymore, unfortunately. But one of the oxymorons is a professional investor. Doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a professional investor. It's a load of BS. Doesn't exist. An oxymoron. And he says there's smart money. If you don't know what smart money is like Warren Buffett. Just like the smart money is everyone who's better than you at stock picking and is very rich. But he says, well, smart money isn't so smart, and dumb money isn't so dumb. Dumb money being you. But the dumb money is only dumb when it listens to the smart money. Even Peter Lynch starts off on Wall Street by saying, don't listen to professional investors. Don't listen to professional people like him. Which is also another oxymoron. Point is, don't listen to the smart money. Dumb money is only dumb when it listens to the smart money. And smart money isn't so smart. Plus, I never really like copying other people. I mean, it just seems... I don't know. Like, I wouldn't want to copy what Warren Buffett's doing all the time. Isn't that... It's just really boring. I mean, sure, you might do well, you might do poorly. But, like, regardless of regardless of how much money you make, it's just boring. But picking stocks takes time, and some people don't have the time to commit to it. In which case, they should probably just put their money in a mutual fund or an index fund, because through those you can make about the market average. Well, if it's an index fund, you definitely can make the market average. But if it's a mutual fund, it's a little bit more different then. An index fund being a fund based on the... Well, I probably don't need to actually explain it. I'll explain a little bit. I may get my terms mixed up, but it doesn't matter. If I'm not wrong, I believe there's a mutual fund and then there's an index fund. An index fund, what an index fund will do is just they will display or they'll mirror the market index or the market average. So what they'll do is they'll invest across all the companies, all the top. They'll invest for like SP 500 for that index fund. They'll invest in all the companies in SP 500, which is just a list of some of the most valuable companies. Some of the most valuable companies listed from 1 to 500. I believe they're on the NASDAQ, unless I'm wrong. The NASDAQ is a stock exchange that's in, I don't know, forgot. But NASDAQ is a stock, I think, is it in New York as well? I'm not sure. The National Association of Security Dealers and Automated Quotations. It's basically like, it's like the New York, it's like the New York Stock Exchange, except it uses computers. Is how I understand it. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, an index fund will take all the companies in SP 500. It'll invest across all of them across the board, and you'll get about the market average. Cool. Mutual funds, a person is in charge of that, the fund manager, and well they'll pick stocks ultimately, and then you'll probably get the market average from them too. Else you can pick your own stocks. Else you can go into bonds. Bonds are a fancy way of saying that you owe someone money. It's just a loan. It's a fancy loan. So you can loan companies money or the government. You can pick stocks by yourself. You can let someone pick stocks for you, or you can invest into companies across the board. Those are your options. And Peter Lynch goes on to say basically that stocks outperform bonds pretty much all the time, every time. Never a dull moment when you have money in the stock market. I'll say that. Well, never, yeah. Yeah. It's a really interesting thing. It really is. And even if you don't plan to invest any money into it, I think it's One Up on Wall Street. It's still a very interesting thing to listen to regardless. I've talked about the stock market for a long time, but it's interesting. So yeah. Might have to fight for another day on this one. Yeah. I can't break through. Can you stop? There's something wrong about these shadows, but I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, I don't think we're breaking that. No, it's a javelin thrower, not archer. I was gonna steal arrows. I'm gonna do the Zeros. Ah, whatever. We'll fight for another day. Okay. So we're still fighting for Isomir or Ikamor. I say Isomir. So we're still fighting for Isomir. We got Nara, we got Halmar. I believe both of them are not under siege, not besieged. Cernid's now own some, well, Cernid's got Kura. They didn't get it from me, but they inherited it. It was transferred, yeah. Kura was transferred to the Cernid's. Tyr was transferred to the Ruruks. And now we got Halmar, we got Nara. I think with that, I will end it here. Thanks for watching and listening to me talk about stock market and probably other dumb stuff. And I'll see you next time. All right.